Enfermedades. Las enfermedades empeoran la calidad de la sangre de un ciudadano. Vale, sí, para curarles, básicamente.
My sweet girl.
This hospital
Reads
seems to
me
be
like a
falling
book.
apart.
Good
But
evening,
in the
sir.
circumstances, I'm willing to give you the benefit of the doubt.
Vale, nos largamos para aquí. No olvides que la sangre de un ciudadano te proporcionará un impulso masivo de experiencia. Busca ciudadanos con un nivel igual o inferior a tu nivel de cautivar.
We may lack the resources, but we have some of the most brilliant minds in London at Pembroke.
A mi nivel de cautivar. Vamos para arriba, que tenemos que hablar con ⴑ en teoría debería de estar aquí.
Please, Jonathan, come in.
Vamos a ver qué nos cuenta.
Fascinating, is it not? In the last decade, so many mysteries have been brought to light with our microscopes. The human body, biology's penultimate frontier. The more we explore its boundaries, the less we're able to trace a clear line between life and death. You, my friend, have a foot in both countries. The view must be vertiginous.
It's at least as vertiginous as chatting about vampires with you, I would say.
This must be all so new to you. This area of town, the hospital, a brand new life. How stimulating it must be.
I wish I could share your enthusiasm, Dr. Swansea. But my condition defies scientific categorization. Undead? Unalive? Immortality defies logic.
I cannot express my thrill at this serendipitous turn of events. The world's most eminent specialist in blood transfusions, a vampire. One might say a gift from heaven.
It may seem strange, but your words have brought me some comfort here.
Forgive me. I've been an admirer of your work for a long time, and now you are so much more than a brilliant physician. And please, call me Edgar.
There is no need to apologize, Edgar. You offered me sanctuary when I had none.
Very well. I have a task for you, Jonathan. Something that will require all your newfound skills.
Please, go on.
The Pembroke only survives through the generosity of our benefactors. Unfortunately, our main donor has found herself in a bit of a bind. Now, if you could help her out...
A spokesman or politician is what you need. That's not my calling. And until I come to understand what has happened to me, I require discretion.
Discretion is in order, Jonathan. Lady Ashbury has recently received rather indelicate correspondence that, if revealed, would jeopardize her position.
And you would like me to eradicate this threat?
By the stole, of course not. I would just like you to pay her a visit. Her ladyship is certainly near the tents outside, tending the sick. You can't miss her. Look for someone impossibly delicate.
Accepted. I'll see what kind of trouble Lady Ashbury is in.
Habla con la benefactora del hospital. Carta de aviso.
Do you need something, Jonathan?
I have just a few questions.
Then ask away. I'm at your service, Doctor.
Uf, hay mucha cosa, ¿no?
The man we pursued and slew in the canning factory, William Bishop, I believe, was he a vampire?
He was a Skald, technically speaking.
Ella.
The debate rages as to their classification. Some think them a subspecies of vampire.
Ya imaginaba que era una subespecie, ¿eh? Los Skal.
How do Skulls come into existence?
The name means slave. The etymology may indicate that they are a lesser species of vampire. From what I know, vampires tend to despise them.
Just for clarity, what differences are there between myself and a Skull?
A skull is easier to eliminate, Jonathan, even if they remain formidable foes for the unprepared. Vampires... Now, vampires exist beyond the mortal realm.
You mentioned something about a secret society. A brotherhood, if I recall. Could you elaborate?
Certainly. I've been a member of the Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole for several years. We are pledged to monitor and report vampire activity in England as impartial scientific observers.
That explains your nightly wanderings about the docks and the questions you ask.
I feel it wasn't mere coincidence that led us to that part of town. There was something as yet unseen that set those chain of events in motion.
Yet you don't fear me. And still, you know the monster that lurks beneath the civilized surface.
The Brotherhood has studied your kind for centuries. We believe you are as supernatural as a lion is to a gazelle.
Since you seem quite the expert on vampires, what could you tell me about my condition and how it came about?
As men of science, our first step is always to start with what we know. Forget the myths, the hackneyed scrawlings in the penny dreadfuls. They do not scratch the surface of the truth you now find yourself in.
The sun. The morning following my transformation. Its rays burned me. There was pain, smoke, and my skin blackened.
You will find there is very little that can kill a vampire, my friend. You have been offered relative immortality. The sun will most certainly hurt you, leaving you weakened and damaged, but it will not destroy you.
Must I take a life to live?
You are a vampire. You feed, and blood is the sole sustenance that can sustain your immortal frame. And only a living creature contains the nourishment you require.
Del hospital pasamos. Que nos explique cosas.
We'll see each other again soon, Edgar.
Vale, bueno, el doctor ya nos está diciendo que podemos matar gente, ¿eh? Estamos poniendo documentos, ¿vale? Pero es que los documentos que hay son larguísimos. Y nos tiramos aquí una hora para leer 3 documentos. Vale, sale. Yo estoy en la punta de una montaña, no sé ni cómo tengo señal. ¿Ah, sí? Pero una montaña nevada, ¿no? Supongo que estarás. Bien, es lo que le comentaba Nano. Estamos yendo un poquito a saco.
I take comfort knowing we'll soon be together again.
Mr. Rainfield, that's no way to talk. You're in good hands here, and we'll be up again soon enough.
Ahora os leo, un momentín.
Now do me a kindness and get some sleep. I'll be back round later.
Your words are kind, the blessings of an angel. You're the sweet, sweet lady of mercy.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. It's a pleasure to see you again. You seem surprised. Dr. Swansea has brought me up to speed concerning your recent appointment to Pembroke Hospital.
You're a the lady who saved me that night. Before vanishing into thin air. I remember you from the pub with Dr. Swansea.
Indeed. Allow me to introduce myself formally this time. My name is Lady Ashbury. I remember you well, in spite of the brevity of our encounter.
A ver, os leo.
Apologies. You've taken me by surprise. I'm very happy to see you.
The pleasure is mine, Doctor.
I hope you're more disposed to answer my questions now.
You must have countless questions, but our rather urgent matter first. Swansea has explained. My cover, if you prefer, has been compromised.
Estoy aquí para ayudarla.
Dr. Swansea has commissioned me to be your agent in this matter. You could start by explaining what's amiss.
These past insufferable weeks, I've been the victim of extortion. I've made a first payment, but the blackmailer grows greedy. I must refuse his most recent demands.
Please continue. Every detail is essential. I'm your man.
My embarrassment in this matter is eclipsed only by my shame at having put the hospital at risk. The threat from our anonymous scoundrel is clear. A list of dates. My visits coinciding with the dates of suspicious patient deaths due to massive blood loss.
I'll take care of it. Do you know where I should start?
If that was the case, I'd settle the matter myself. You could talk to our local gossip, Harriet Jones. Not a pin drops here without her hearing about it.
I'll meet that woman now.
My life, as others know, is in your hands, Dr. Reed. I'm sure of your discretion, but I do fear your powers of persuasion will be put to the test. When this is resolved, I'll be your obligé. I'll answer all questions in regards of your condition.
Es raro que digan asado, la verdad. Sí, o sea, se ha empezado a decir porque hay mucho argentino viviendo aquí. Porque en realidad sí, yo le sigo llamando barbacoa, ¿eh?
Is our little mystery closer to being solved, Dr. Reed?
I think of nothing else, my lady.
My situation is delicate, and it occupies all my thoughts. The blackmail must stop. I need assurance.
Vale, habla con Harriet en el hospital. Pues vamos para allá. Vale. Imagínate un Vampyr estar a medio juego, no se te graba y darle... Hostias. Me da algo, ¿eh? Teatro Royal Garden Hall. Clyde Fitch presenta a Doris Fletcher. Qué putada.
What is this?
Sí, sí.
Who are you? Get out of my room.
There's no need for alarm, madam. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon.
Preposterous. Dr. Reed, you say? I don't want some bumbling intern. Where's Dr. Swansea?
Dr. Swansea is quite busy, and I need you to help me get acclimated. I have many questions.
How brave. Threatening an old defenseless woman. You know how long I've been a patient here? You've picked the wrong fight. I'm Harriet Jones.
Harriet Jones? Indeed. I've been meaning to have a chat with you. You know what goes on here better than any other patient, I gather.
Oh, better than any patient, nurse, or doctor. I've seen so many vile undertakings.
I heard there have been some despicable goings-on. Was there a case of blackmail?
Blackmail? Wait. You're investigating something. This isn't a social call. One of those incompetent cunts slit a poor sod's vein.
I assure you, madam, this is not an investigation into a possible medical error.
Debauchery, then? Nurses Crane, Hawkins, Brannigans, whores, all of them. They can't keep their legs shut. I've seen them scratching slutty sores.
Really? Well, if you have irrefutable proof, I'll not have the staff behaving in such a manner here.
This is your business, Doctor, not mine. But I swear one of the nurses is cavorting with some man on hospital hours.
Thank you for your time, Miss Jones. You've given me something to go on. See you on the next round. Miss Jones, greetings. How do we feel?
Again? Waking a poor old woman in her sleep? There isn't a poor life needs saving somewhere?
Te puede pasar mil
I
mierdas.
need to ask you a few simple questions.
Well, if you really must.
Have you noticed any suspicious comings or goings?
It would be a great deal easier to make a list of things unsuspicious in this house of charlatans.
Everyone here is very capable. I have not seen any instances of unprofessionalism.
Thieves and murderers, the lot. People have gone missing here, you know. Poof, without a trace.
Come now, Miss Jones. Surely it's not that bad.
Have you no eyes? This hospital accepts all manner of souls, regardless of origin. The proper sick cannot heal. We're kept sickened by the refugees.
If you could just tell me why you were admitted.
It's terrible, Doctor. What with a pain in my chest, coughing up blood, and I get awfully tired. Wouldn't be so bad if I hadn't lost my house and all.
I see.
No one comes to visit, you know. Not even my own flesh and blood.
I'll come and visit you shortly. Good night, Miss Jones.
Encuentra a la enfermera Pippa Hawkins. Esta creo que es la Pippa
The patients and
Hawkins.
staff might know something. I'll start my investigation with them.
Creo que la Pippa Hawkins era la borde, ¿no? Es lo que tiene estas cosas, sí. Yo creo que es más complicado grabar para YouTube que hacer un directo. Porque en directo, no sé, si no te va la cámara o por lo que sea, lo puedes arreglar más o menos, ¿no? O decirlo. Oye, que no me va la cámara, no sé qué. Mira, aquí está la pipa esta. ¿Dónde está? Aquí.
I wonder what your last thought.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
What can you tell me about the strange man visiting one of the nurses during her shift?
Let me guess. You spoke with that old shrew, Harriet Jones.
Correcto.
Do not pay attention to her, Doctor. She's full of fanciful tales.
She could have been telling the truth about the mysterious man.
That old witch will end up in hell soon enough. Who cares if a nurse finds some happiness where she can?
No matter how you feel about her, Miss Jones deserves our help.
Who says I don't care for her? Hate is what keeps that old crone alive.
Vale.
Pepper, I know you're very close to Milton Hooks.
Yes, Milton Hooks is my man. If you want to report me for that, just feel free, Doctor.
I have no intention of reporting you,
Lo debe pasar pipa.
but are you aware of the risks?
The rules say I won't be allowed to work as a nurse anymore. But here at the Pembroke, we break rules all the time.
Is he worth the risk?
Hey, I'm no perfect woman, and Milton is not the finest bloke. But we do our best to get by. That's all any of us can hope for nowadays.
Vaya, está, no quiero saber nada más de ti.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Me vais a permitir, pero...
A giant morgue disguised as a...
A ver, espérate, ¿dónde está Dorothy? La Dorothy... La pipa... ¿Qué coño? ¿Qué coño es esto? ¿Qué pues es esta mierda? Tiene que estar por aquí. Mira, la Winnet. Vale. Y el Tippets.
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
Have you seen a strange man visiting any of the nurses here?
I've never heard of such a thing, Doctor.
Ah, no me dice nada más.
Do you know if any of the hospital staff have criminal backgrounds?
The people who work here all come from very different backgrounds, Doctor. Just like the patients.
Adiós.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
Más que nada los domingos, como no tenemos nada que hacer, pues por eso hago los domingos. Agotamiento. Opa. Ah, está abajo la tía esta. Escuchar a escondidas. Pulsa V para activar tus sentidos. Vale.
You're sure you don't come back with me?
Nah, I have to see someone at the hospital.
Be careful. You look so bad they may keep you as a patient.
Fuck 'em. I don't like hospitals or doctors.
Well then, when you go back to Whitechapel, you may find this useful.
What is it?
A pass for a free medical exam by the best nurse available. Just read it.
I don't read well, but thank you, I guess.
Vale. Encuentra al mafioso de las alcantarillas. Vale, a ver, no tenemos munición, así que lo que vamos a hacer es ponernos... ¿Cómo se hace esta mierda? Detalles, modificar. ¿Cómo se cambia esto? Ah, vale. Aquí. Vale, pues un momentito que voy al baño y ahora vengo, ¿vale? Uf, el Zeus, me voy. Oye, Zeus, ¿jugarás a la expansión del WoW o qué? Kanu está pensando en jugar el retail. Ay, el retail, el classic. Y yo me lo estoy pensando, ¿eh? Porque tengo un brujito. Que está en nivel 40, creo. Claro, ya volví. Estoy preparándome. ¡Wow! Yo y Kae volveremos para expansión. Codeína y ergotamina. Pinta muy bien la expansión, ¿eh? Yo a los Classic no vuelvo. Los jugué todos en su día. No me llama a volver. Ya. A ver, yo también. O sea, yo jugué finales de la Classic, del Vanilla. Y todas las expansiones el día de lanzamiento.
This man has been savagely attacked and dragged to the floor.
Y sí que es verdad que he jugado a la Classic de nuevo. Bueno, cuando salió la Classic. básicamente. Y lo dejé al nivel 40. No hice ni siquiera... O sea, me pillé brujo porque tenía la montura gratis. Si no, ni siquiera posiblemente hubiese jugado mucho. ¡Hostias! Uf, voy a morir, ¿eh? Uf. Hostia, cuánta peña, tío. Buah, voy a morir. Con su puta madre, tío. Me han dejado ahí. Espérate un momento. ¿De dónde coño he venido? ¿He venido de aquí? Ah, no. Ah, vale, sí, sí. Bueno, he venido desde ahí. Desde el otro lado. Joder, qué cabrón, tío. Vale, ahora sí. Perfectus. Nos vamos a enfrentar a este que es de nivel 8. Sí, ¿no? ¡No! Me he caído. Vale. Un garrote de púas. Buah, no he dejado hacer nada. Vale. Vale. Prohibición del dragón. Supongo que aquí habrá algún boss, supongo. Tiene toda la pinta. Tiene toda la pinta. Hay mucho muerto. Che, bestia de las alcantarillas. Es un hombre lobo. Es un licántropo. Vale. No. Vale. Uf. ¿Por qué me quitan la...? Un momento, ¿eh? Ahora mismo no os puedo leer, lo siento mucho. Joder. Hostia, tío, Lo de pillar el objetivo es una mierda, ¿eh? Vamos a intentar curarnos a tope. Como quita, tío. Uf. Aquí a este tío, a este boss no se le puede... fijar. Porque los golpes que hace son muy tochos, tío. Y el fijar no puedes esquivar bien. Uf. No. Uf, Dios. ¡No! Joder, mierda, tío. Uf, cuesta, ¿eh? Es que, claro, es que es nivel 9. Uf, Dios. Poquito a poquito. Suavecito. Uf, Dios. Venga, que le queda poquito ya. No, 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 no. Uf. Nos curamos. No, 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 no. Buf, cabrón. Hijo de la gran puta. No puede ser. No puede ser, no puede ser, no puede ser. Buah, tío. Dios. Venga, un poquito más. Sí. Sí.
Here's what's left of him.
Uf.
Not a lot to check, but
Dios.
good anyway.
Los boss están guays, Usa las dagas. Sí, cierto. Lo que pasa que... lo malo de las dagas es que tengo que fijarle. Y luego se me olvida quitarle el fijar. Para poder combatir bien contra... este licántropo. Porque las veces que he utilizado... que le he fijado me ha ido como el culo. Me ha dado todo el rato. No se puede esquivar bien. Cupón de la enfermera Crane. Si estás enfermo y no tienes dinero, seas quien seas, vengas de donde vengas, ven a ver a Dorotea para recibir ayuda. No es ningún engaño, gratis, no hacemos preguntas. Busca la casa de Darius Petrescu y entrega este cupón. Bueno, y algo en rumano.